shot by Buddha. Facebook Gaming in the building.
Into the end zone! Five Nations, stand up!
So our next topic is going to be EA Sports Madden 26, a game that I have not even played since the end of February, like Super Bowl time. I mean, sometimes I get sad about it because I love football so much. I actually like the game. I would love to play the game, but unfortunately it is unplayable in its current state and I have not touched it lately. I mean, obviously I'll probably be back on there soon to grind rookie premieres. But they did something special this week, and I think it probably was the first time that they actually ever done this, to where they actually put certain content creators in the video game itself. They gave them their own Madden Ultimate Team card that they was able to showcase, and I thought it was a pretty cool thing. Like, I hope it was free, and Buddha did confirm that the card is actually free to use, which is always a positive. I would have hated for EA to put those creator cards behind a paywall like they do everything else. But let's talk about the fan appreciation and how they gave certain content creators MUT cards, and the creators that they did give them to are well known in the community, right? Dubby and Popular Stranger and someone else as well. Moshi. I'm not too familiar with him, but I'm sure he's a great person, great creator. I know Dubby and Popular Stranger because I watch their videos a lot, but let's talk about that for a few minutes, man. And what are your thoughts on Fan Appreciation Content Creator Edition?
First, I want to congratulate Pop and Dubby for, being community guys that got their card, because, when they first did it, Sketch had a card, and you have, you get, like, and I'm not being funny. I'm saying, like, I understand what I want them to do is what they're attempting to do now. They have to do more of it, and they have to do it more consistently. When one thing about content and communities is communities sit with people who really pour a lot into it, that never get recognized, that they usually skip over and go with somebody unseasoned and new when they get ready to do these type of things. And it's not to knock anybody else's success, but when you have the people who do the tournaments, the people who are full-time Madden creators, the people that are the top of your competitive sport, you have to keep these people involved and engaged to give people something to look for. Because guys like you and I, who've been spending the last 5 years creating Madden content almost exclusively, the fact that we are now like spend no time with the game, and at this point they start giving some of the people recognition. If you will do things like this, which means people from the ground up can move up and be more impactful in your community, it gives people more of a motivation to actually invest time and energy into it. Because now there's a creator saying, wow, if I put the time and the work in, I could myself have a card on Madden, not just like
Right.
the players or the coaches. I could have a card on Madden. Or, this is appreciation for all the people that through tournaments, for people who put a lot of time in to this game that grows the brand. Because what starts to happen is people feel like it's a glass ceiling over your head. It's nothing else that I could do in Madden if I'm not Henry or Drini on the MCS winning
Right.
the championship. And that's only for a small window of time. We're talking about from game release to Christmas. And they have to start finding new ways like this, not just now when the game is dead and you're about to drop a new game. All throughout the year, as much money that they make off of Madden and FIFA and 2K, they got to start giving the community more to look forward to. And I think this was actually a good step in the right direction this year of all the people they had at the reveal, bringing actors into it, having content creators be more involved in it. And this is something that they have to consistently do and stop being hard-headed. Let the fans, let the community be more involved in the process of this game. If not, if we feel like we're giving the game and EA everything, time-wise and financially, and we're not getting anything returned, we feel used like a cheap rag, and we don't want nothing to do with it. So I'm happy for these guys. Pop is actually somebody I played against at the Madden event in Vegas.
Mm.
So it's pretty cool to see people that I faced off with get a chance to have their own card in the game.
Yeah, I agree. And to your point, this is like the first year where I haven't really played the game from August to August or whatever, where I stopped actually playing. But seeing Dubby and seeing Popular Stranger get their own cards, it makes me feel like, hey, that's something that I could work towards if I continue to make content and continue to play the game as hard as I played it before in the past. That maybe one day EA will recognize me and I'll be able to have my own mud card. Now that may be a pipe dream. I've been watching those guys for years, and this is kind of like the first time that it actually has happened, and maybe EA is finally open to make those type of decisions to involve more creators and stuff like that. Because I'm a part of the EA Creator Network, so I do make content for them. I do make posts and stuff like that. But to your point, at certain aspects, you kind of feel like you're just being used, right? Because you're not being recognized. You're not visible in front of EA Sports. I live in Orlando, Florida. EA Sports is downtown, about 20 minutes away from me. I would love to go there and visit and look at the campus and look around and stuff like that. But I feel like I got to do a little bit more, and that's fine. I have no problem doing the work. I'm not looking for a handout or anything like that. But seeing those three guys get cards makes me feel that, hey, the longer that I work, the better that I work. Eventually, I will be able to have that same opportunity down the line when EA allows even more content creators to be more visible by them as well. So definitely shout out to those guys. It was a surprise, and I'm just happy that the cards are free. EA is known to put things behind a paywall, so it wouldn't have surprised me that, hey, they came out with some content creator cards for fan appreciation, but they put it behind a paywall. It's fan appreciation, but you put cards behind a paywall. That really does not make any sense to me. And you got to respect also EA for giving those guys the cards, because if we watch W and we watch Popular Stranger, sometimes they're not easy on EA. They get a real criticism. Some days they like EA, sometimes they hate EA. So you got to give EA a shout out and props for them to being open to accept criticism from the most popular content creators and still giving them an opportunity, right? You would think most companies be like, nah, I'm not going to give you an opportunity because you bash me on the internet all the time. That's not the approach that EA took, right? They gave them cards, and then we saw during the reveal where they were shouting out different content creators and stuff like that. I just hope one day I can continue to work hard and play Madden and create content and be in those rooms along with the Popular Strangers and the W's as well, so we can all be together and we'll be one big Madden family or whatever. But I look forward to getting my own MUT card eventually. Like I said, I'll put in the work. I might need a little bit of help, but I put in the work. But shout out to EA for doing this for fan appreciation. So they need to do more of that and maybe even get us more involved earlier in the year, right? Instead of dropping some of these no-name cards or just celebrity cards and stuff like that, do more of the community cards, because there's plenty of people that play this game from August to August. So it kind of does kind of hurt our feelings when you guys put other individuals in here who don't even grind the game as hard as some of the guys that do from August to August. So
I'm feeling a lot of heat coming off that couch.
maybe so, but I'm feeling I'm feeling motivated because, like I said, those guys have been working at it for a long time. They've been around just as long as I've been around. We watch their videos, we watch their tutorials, we watch their gameplay. Like, they deserve it, and I deserve it too eventually.
That's why I was saying like I was happy that I wasn't knocking nobody. I'm saying like I'm just saying like when I see a Popular Stranger and I see a Dubby, and when you can see guys that over the years that like your TD Bears, people that put a lot of time into this content, like those are the guys that the the platforms have to have these people involved, because if they don't, it's almost like the thing of like when you don't gain an ally, you gain an enemy. And that was like I agree with you that they pick people who are also critical of the game too, not just yes men. And we're not talking about the person that's always complaining, always crying, but also the person that's like, hey, if it's not right, we're gonna call it out. Because like we don't get a better product if people don't take that approach. And I think that's true in more than just Madden. That's in everything that you want to see somebody that's a big fan of or put a lot of time into whatever the thing it is that like you don't want to watch a podcast, a hip hop podcast of somebody who doesn't listen to rap music. You don't want to go
Right.
to the gym and the person that works at the gym at the front counter is in worse shape than you. You don't want to go to Starbucks and the person making your coffee is not a coffee drinker. You need people who are fans of the things that you put investing time and energy and money into to be a part of it. That way you get the best experience, you get the best product possible. And I thought like this was pretty cool to get to see some people that I personally have played against to see them get an opportunity like this. Cause it removes the doubt that it removes the excuse that it can't happen for me. Yes, it can happen for you. You just got to put the work in and you got to get yourself in position and be marketable enough that if you got that opportunity, like you could and got in front of the right people, you could slam dunk it.
Right. And it's always cool when you actually see someone that's really, really close to you or someone that you watch get these type of opportunities. Like for example, like say if you blow up all of a sudden, like you become a millionaire, trillionaire. I can say, hey, I knew that guy, and maybe he won't forget me or whatever. But hey, I seen that the process actually works, and I'm gonna be next or whatever. But again, shout out to those guys. Shout out to EA for selecting those individuals. I probably can't even think of any other better choice than those two as well. I mean, obviously you can choose some MCS champions or whatever, but to choose the people that grind out not only the game but also produce content on a daily basis for the Madden game, like
Like,
kudos to those
like,
guys.
like I'll go back to say this when it comes to content creation, that trying to explain content creation to people who don't understand, the depths of it. Popular stranger. We playing on the big stage. We in Vegas, and I beat him right. And I'm going on to the championship round. And before I got back off the plane, back to Alabama, I look on YouTube. This dude got the laptop out between the hotel and the plane, has already put up content of his experience there. And I'm like, I won the game, but I lost the war because this dude already got a YouTube video up. And I'm like, he's got 100,000 followers on his YouTube channel. He's getting a Good Morning Madden on Twitch the next week or the next month. It doesn't matter if you can beat somebody or not. And I think this is what people have to learn about content creation. All that matter is he puts out good content. And he's consistent and he works hard. So it's like when I got back, people was like pat me on the back. I'm like, first and foremost, I lost the championship game to Bugs. Popular Stranger got 100,000 followers on YouTube. He posted a video before I even got back home to go live to talk about it. Like, I'm doing this all wrong. And that was the beginning stages of every time I got deeper into the world of content creation. The Orlando trip, the Atlanta trips, the Vegas trips. Every time I learned something, and that goes to your point, what did you learn from being around these people? That like there was a whole different level of gameplay and conversation about gameplay. There's a whole different level of production. There's a whole different element that K-Mac, Dubby, the Team Get Lucky, but all those what's my boy Redhead, Mazomatic.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
dudes all have six figures on their YouTube. They post out offline content. They're multi-streaming. They is working with Colin Cowherd. They got FanDuel. They got Prize Picks. They got all like they're so marketable, and their brand is reaching so many different branches that like you feel overwhelmed by. That's why like I could never be a hater in the content space. Is when people would talk about him, I'm like, bro, you don't have any clue how much that person puts into it. He puts more into his offline videos than you do your live stream. And your live stream can't miss with this live stream.
Yeah, I think as a content creator, when that light bulb finally goes off, you know what it reveals? It reveals that there's levels to this. It reveals that there's levels to this because you can't just go beat somebody and expect to blow up, right? Because the person that you beat, they're already on YouTube posting how their experience went at the event that you just was at. And the only thing that you can like claw back on is that, hey, I beat that person. But yeah, look at that person. He got 100,000 views on YouTube. He already posted a video. People already saw it. He already making money off that video while you just sitting at home like gloating that you beat this person. But there's levels to this. And that's what people don't understand. When you finally understand that there's levels to content creation and streaming, then you probably on your way. You ain't made it, but you might be on your way to figuring out how you can make it.
Yeah, I mean, Rich, like when we were in Orlando and I seen Tifu had a line out of the hotel in the resort for people to pay $50 to $100 to take a picture with him. We have to
Right.
get passes and pay to go there. People are paying to take a picture with this guy. And I'm like, okay, it's levels. You know, like people had on their jewelry and stuff, but Kenny Vaccaro's diamonds, it's levels.
Yeah.
Same with this situation with some of the Madden people I ran across, and I said, it's levels. The same way when I played Ciabatta in that Madden league, and people were so focused on the prize money of winning it and getting the PlayStation, I'm like, he got $1,500 in donos before kickoff. Like, the level is like, how did you package and brand your content that I realized like the pregame to the game is the valuable time for him. In the actual 20 minutes of the Madden game doesn't matter. And then you go get on the plane and go get a brand deal at the time with Deshaun Jackson and Preston Smith and get a brand deal for that year to make content. And then you got prize picks on the screen. You got this on the screen. It's like, man, the whole point is being marketable and having your brand attached to other brands that's going to make you money. Like, you have to think a way to be successful, Rich. Take the live stream and the video away. Like, what do you have in place that your brand is going to be visible when you cut the camera off? And I think that's a very important thing you just said. We need a t-shirt or half of that. When you cut the camera off, is the content still working? Because now what happens when you do a live stream? It deletes in 30 days. Because you have to find a way for your content to still be working when you cut that camera off. I think that's a major key. I need to say that 10 times like a DJ. DJ drama, gangster, run it back. Like, I need the record scratch to say, like, what does your content do when you cut the camera off?
Right. Hey,
What does your brand do?
that's amazing. I do wish though that EA with these cards that they gave those guys, man, it's actually June, heading into July. Those cards just need to be at 99. You shouldn't have to spend time upgrading those cards to a 99. Like, this is in-game Madden. Every card that they come out with now is a 99, but you shouldn't have to spend extra time and effort to upgrade a card. You got college football, which is made by the same company, coming out in a few weeks as well. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
That because I'm looking at, they're all 94 overall cars that have to be upgraded, and I know they're free, but they want you to trade your time in for a free 99. And I think at this point the cars probably should have just dropped with a 99 in the game. Let me ask you a question though.
Yeah.
Like, I've been letting you ask the questions, but I got a question for you, and I've been saving this question. What is Rich Blackman's plan with Madden 27 and the 27 football season as it regards to content?
I think for 27, I just want to get back to enjoying playing Madden, get back to enjoying playing football. I think the last couple of Maddens I have teetered into the competitive rim of playing Madden. Like, am I a competitive person? Am I good at the game? Am I decent at the game? Yes. But sometimes those competitive juices get in the way of me actually having fun and just making great content, right? So I want to get back to just having fun playing Madden again. Like, I don't know what that entails. I don't know if that's just a no money spent. Actually, no, I don't know if that's going to be a no money spent, because no money spent is a headache within itself.
Frustration.
You got to be able to accept losing, and I can't accept losing because I know I'm way better than the person that I'm playing. But just having fun, and I think for 27, I just want to go back. I really wish the game was a little bit catering to what it was when I first got into Madden Ultimate Team, which was team building. I think they've gotten away from that as of late and made it a lot more definitely pay to win. It's a lot more expensive, but I want to maybe come into Madden 27 and have some sort of intention and plan to have fun, like, and not really worry about the competitive aspect of it. And I never said I was the best or the GOAT of Madden. I am pretty decent. I think a lot of people overlook me and then they get whooped. But I just want to get back to having fun. I That's a great question, and I'm not sure if I can even answer it fully with great detail and explanation because I haven't really thought about that. But great question, great question. I would just like to get back to having fun though. I don't know what fun looks like because I took so much time off from Madden 26, so I don't know. But great question.
Yeah, I think for me, that that was the number one thing is I took time away from it to be like, if you love it, let it go, right? Let me back off from it and see what do I want to do with it. And competitive, like I'm always gonna be a competitive person, like no matter what, but the thought process is I want to have fun. When it comes to podcasts, I don't want to win the debate no more. I want to have fun on the podcast. When it comes to playing Madden, I don't want to be number one. I don't want to beat everybody. I want to have fun. Like, and that's the major key with the content. And I think when we're having fun, the audience has fun, and together we have a good time creating content and enjoying the content. I think we just got to a point, competitively and conversationally, where it took the joy out of it. It's like the Nick Saban part of, like, if you don't win the championship, the season is a failure, and even when you win, you're more relieved that you won than excited that you won. And I think that becomes a problem that the content creators that I see now that make Madden content are people who are enjoy it because Madden is starting to get synonymous with the Call of Duty community.
Right.
Find me a person playing the game that's smiling and having fun. It's hard to find somebody that play Call of Duty that smiles when you come into their stream and you watch them play. This more of like a job. This is right, Rich. This should not feel like a job. This is supposed to be you having fun, and it's the same way of watching a podcast when they put out the list of people who have the number one podcast in the world or the number one Madden content creators in the world or this or that, like who is having fun? I want in the future, no matter what content it is that I put out, for you to look at me and say, like, that dude's having fun, bro. Like, I want to watch him because he's having fun. He's laughing. He's
Right.
joking.
But can we define fun? Because I don't think me or you just answered the question of what is fun in Madden 27. Is there a definition of that, or are we just going to go with laughing and giggling and talking with the chat? And like, can we give a concrete example of what our fun will look like in Madden 27, or what we think fun in Madden 27 is?
I think fun in Madden 27 is a new meta, a meta that changes, a game that has higher replay value. I think in Madden 26, from the QB air trucking behind the line of scrimmage to the one button speed burst, auto motion stuff, I think they just had too many parts of the game in the meta this year that felt too redundant to watch a person play an entire tournament for months straight, running nothing but QB power is not my idea of having fun. Because yes, competitively, you can learn to stop it, you can learn to beat it, but then you don't enjoy the game and you don't enjoy the thing that I enjoy most about Madden, which is talking football, the shop talk that goes along with just having a conversation about sports and about just different things in life in general while playing the game. If the game becomes so frustrating and so redundant that you can't even stomach to play it, then you know the audience is not enjoying watching you play. If somebody sat in your stream for an hour and watched you defend QB power for an hour straight, who's going to want to watch that?
Yeah. And I agree with you as well. And I think you said something very important is like we are seasoned Madden veterans. Right? Do you not think that we can stop the meta plays? Do you not think that we can stop the gunnettes, nasties, and stuff like that? We definitely can. But when we do, the game gets stale and boring. If I prove to you this one time that I can stop that drive, or I get an interception to pick six, then I feel like, hey, that wasn't even fun to me, right? It was not fun to me to sit and try to stop that all game long and have to sit and take a time away from my chat and the conversation to stop that particular thing. When I know I can do it, it's just no fun playing against that, right? So yeah, you said a mouthful right there, and I definitely agree with you on that. So hopefully Madden 27 we can go back to having fun again. And then you know the motto, right? From August to probably about October, that's the best Madden is ever going to get for the whole entire year. That is the most fun that we will have in the whole entire Madden cycle is from August to October. That's where the real players play. That's where the good players play. That's where you can tell who is good and who is not. After that, yeah, it's downhill after that. But from August to October, show up on day number one, show up on week number one, show up on early release, and don't hide and duck and show up and play your game on day number one, because that would truly prove if you're good enough to say that you're the GOAT or you're the best, because a lot of the good players play from August to October going into November. After that, it's just a crapshoot and it's just whatever. But show us your
It
game. Don't be
is.
hiding. Don't act like you
Put
ain't. You're a big content creator and you talking about you ain't got the game until 2 weeks after release. Go tell that to somebody who don't know you.
Look, put on your tinfoil hats and do the conspiracy theory with me. That I have a rule about 90 days. I think 90 days is like some kind of godlike divination that the first 90 days of Madden is the best Madden that you're going to get. Um, I think those first 90 days take you from August to about most feared, and we can see when the cash grabs come in, and it goes from you got the 80 to 85 overall team to, you know, the second month you got the 85 to 88 overall team. Once you start getting into them 90s, you know the game is finna get cheesy. And depending on how the game's going, between Thanksgiving and Christmas, you're going to start getting 94, 95, 96 overall cards that's going to ruin the game. And I think that's a big portion of those first 90 days is there's no overpowered teams. There's no 99s.
There's
There's
no
no
ebooks.
there's no putting 10 abilities on a user linebacker that can do everything in the world, or a defensive lineman that lights up and hits your quarterback in 2 seconds. I think it just comes down to like basic scheme over team in those first 90 days. And that's what I'm looking forward to enjoying. I think I'm going to enjoy it different. And let me ask you a question before we get out of here. Like, I've enjoyed not having as many tournaments and making my community be so centered around competitive gameplay. What is your thoughts about the fact that over the years we've slowed down on the tournaments? And this is the last thing I want to say. I want to see what your true thoughts about that is, because I'm gonna go next.
I mean, I think overall slowing down the tournament content and slowing down some of the different aspects of content that we've done for both our channels have truly shown the individuals who actually there for us and who's there for the content that we're producing on every single day. And they're not there to have any other intentions of clout chasing or different things like that. I hate to use the word clout chasing, but the people that we have now in our communities are the people that's truly there for us. They're not there to gain something and stab us in the back, right? So when we have tournaments, people only show up for tournaments. We go live every single day. Those same individuals that was in the tournaments wouldn't even come in and drop a like. They wouldn't even come and drop a comment in the chat. We will only see them during tournament time, and that's when money was on the line, right? And they claimed that they loved us. They claimed that they liked our content, but outside of a tournament, they was nowhere to be found. So we lessened the tournaments. We didn't have them as much, and now we truly see the individuals that are there for us and they're there for our content, and they don't have any other hidden agenda behind just coming to our streams and interacting with us and different things like that. So I think that's the biggest takeaway that I've gotten from not having as many tournaments and stuff like that, because people will use you, and in life itself, you are going to get used. You just have to come to the realization that people are going to use you, right? But you can lessen the blow of people using you, right? So when you do that and you take away those tournaments, you take away other aspects of content that we used to produce that people only came around for, then we able to fully see who's there for us. So, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, for sure. I think it was scary, but the moment that when I knew that I was shadow banned on YouTube, uh, and I knew I had like a 4 or 5 month window from October to February where I couldn't make content on YouTube, it just and at that same time, Facebook gaming officially was gone, and we had no support. And I said, you know what? What better time than now than to close the Discord? What better time than now, especially with the loss that we suffered at HLX, to say, you know what? No tournaments, no competitive gameplay. I'm not even playing Madden 26. Um, I don't see a benefit for me of these tools I put in place for us as a community to grow. That when it's time to have, hey man, I need y'all to go follow my YouTube. I need you to go follow Rich's YouTube. He's trying to monetize and trying to be partnered. And the same people that you send cash apps to for tournaments wouldn't go hit like on a YouTube page, or you go in the Discord and you talk all day and we drop reels and content. They wouldn't engage it and say, you know what? We got to start doing things selfishly that's going to serve us. And in that short period of time of cutting tournaments off, cutting Discords off, we both get monetized. We both start seeing new followers and new supporters come from
Right.
different places that are new to the content, that enjoy what we do. And
Yep.
it just was interesting to see people that actually was coming for us. They wasn't coming from what they could get.
Right.
And sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees, and you have to go through that experience before we now can say it's the best going forward. I like to get to a point where we can do those things again, but we gotta eat first. It can't be
Right.
everybody else eat, and then when it's time for them to push the ladder back down, they kick
Right.
it over and set the building on fire.